this cover I thought was cute. I was like, okay, I'm down with reading a sapphic book, and you know, they have a cute little cat, the slice of life. Girl, you should read the back. You should look it up on Goodreads. You should read reviews before you just buy a book. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa. In today's video, we are going to have Daisy choose my books for the weekend. So I have given Daisy 4 choices. In some shape or form, I've tried to give her books that have animals on the cover. I don't know why I decided to do that, but it's what I went with. So I'm gonna try to go into these pretty blind. Like, I don't really want to know too much about them until I start reading, but I decided to try to put some like things together. So the first thing that we have is a graphic novel manga situation. So we have cat massage therapy. Like, how adorable and cute is this book? I mean, just like, look at some of these pictures. Like, I can't even, they're just so cute. And, you know, speaking of more cats, we have Cats and Sugar Bowls. So this is a kind of like a short story collection is all I know, or it's 9 bite-sized stories about love between women. That's about all I know. And it's all in like black and white. So we have these 2 choices that we're gonna have Daisy pick against first. Then I went with 2 books that are they kind of have animals on them. Well, at least one of them does. They're more so like monster romances. So I went with Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nacosta, and obviously this one has like a bull or a cow or whatever on it. And this one doesn't really have an animal on it, but I believe there's animals in it. So we have Mixing Up Mayhem by Heather Nix. And this is just like super cute. This is my Monster Erotica edition that I got from her. I love it. So this will be the second choice that I have for Daisy to pick. And I would say these are relatively like the same size as are these 2 books. So I'm not picking like terribly big books or anything because I do want to try to get these done in the weekend. But these are what I'm going to have Daisy choose between, and then I will come back and let you know what she chose. All right, Daisy, pick a book. I don't know which one you picked. That one? Okay. Hello. Hello. All right. Did you pick a book? No. Pick one. I think you picked one. You're not helping me. All right. Pick one. Okay. Good job. Good job. High five. Oh. All right. So Daisy has chosen, she chose Cats and Sugar Bowls over Cat Massage Therapy. So again, I want to go into this pretty blind, but when I start reading it, I'm going to talk about it. Daisy also chose Mixing Up Mayhem by Heather Nix, which I'm very excited to read because I literally just got this book. All I know is that this is like a sapphic romance of some sort, and I'm assuming that it takes place in the kitchen because there's a lot of this like baking stuff going on. But yeah, let's kind of dive in and see what these are all about. Okay, so as you probably saw, Daisy chose Cats and Sugar Bowls, and she also chose Mixing Up Mayhem out of the 4 options that I gave her. So I started this one while I was in the bath, and this is a Yuri manga. So what I know about Yuri manga is that it's a genre of manga that is focusing on romantic or intimate relationships between women. So I guess sapphic is another word for this little manga. This is different than I thought it would be. So the cover looks super cute, right? And then you read what's on the back, and it says, "Love bites. Want a little spice with your sugar? Cats and Sugar Bowls delivers with 9 bite-sized stories about love between women. Rena and Sine are like a pair of naughty kitties who act far more innocent than they really are. Tuka, while looking for a lover willing to indulge her more extreme BDSM fantasies, runs into her boss at a bondage club. All these delights and more await." Daisy, what did you get me into? Anyways, I have read the first couple of short story, I don't know. It's all like kind of connected. It's not necessarily different stories. I feel like they're all connected to each other. But in the beginning, it seems like one of the girls is like working at this BDSM club, and it's kind of like, oh, I keep having to work with these vegetables, and let me show you, because I was like, what are we talking about? Okay, so like here in the beginning, you literally have a pumpkin head, and then I think on the next page, yeah, there's like this carrot head guy. I don't know. But the funniest thing here was her response right here. Basically, she calls him a pencil dick cucumber. Yeah, so this is not what I thought it was gonna be. I mean, this cat is cute and all, and these girls are cute. I don't know. I picked this up at a book warehouse sale in South Carolina. It must have been like, I don't know, 75% off or something, because I didn't get it for very much. But that one, I mean, I'm gonna finish it, but I'm probably gonna unhaul it. Okay, and then I did start this because I was trying to do like my nighttime routine, like wash my face and put lotion on and all that good stuff. So far, this one is really interesting. I'm gonna read you what the synopsis says. Things are finally looking up for 35-year-old Jackie Miller. She's scored her dream job as head patissier. I don't know how to say that word, but the audiobook was saying it fine. At the top restaurant in the country, and that's basically like pastry chef. She's going to propose to her girlfriend, and she's flexing her creative muscles with a showpiece dessert that will blow the socks off of Seattle's food scene, or so she thinks. When she meets a hellish princess in an explosive mishap, her whole life gets flipped upside down, and Jackie has to figure out how to juggle an unexpected breakup, an unexpected house guest, and some unexpected feelings which might just lead to heaven on earth. If the quality changed, it's because my battery died, and I didn't feel like getting up to go get my other battery. But I wanted to show you guys my book. I'm gonna turn you around onto my pillow. So this is the book that I'm currently reading by Heather Nix that Daisy chose for me, and she did sign it at Monster Erotica and left a little F. Jeff Bezos note, because I made a reel about this, but if you notice on the side, the border is not here, but it does show up as you are in the beginning of the book. So like it should maybe look something like this. So that way you get this nice sprayed edges effect, but if you notice down here, it's like a little messed up. So anyways, she had on her table that this was like the Jeff Bezos special, so it was on sale. But look how pretty this book is in general. Like, it's just stunning. I love all the artwork, and look at these chapter headers. So we have Vex, and then I'll show you Jackie's head chapter. There it is. Heading, that's what I meant. Okay, so her heading. First sentence here. What the F am I going to do with a demon? But I also noticed, like, at the back. Okay, so we have this cute little picture of Heather. But there's, like, full-on recipes. And they're so cute. They're, like, on this really cute paper. And then there's, like, a... Wait, is this the same one, Jackie? Oh, there's... different cake? Hold on, this is Jackie's Devil Food Cake. Jackie's Devil Food Cake. Is this the same cake? I think the recipe's in here twice. Okay, anyways. Yeah, it's just like super cute. Here's the back. So this is what I'm currently reading and currently enjoying. And then this is my other book. So I'm working on these two for this vlog, and I can tell you right now, I'm loving this one a lot more. This book does have some trigger warnings, which I will just leave a little picture here on the screen for you. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to reading. I think I've made it to like chapter 2. So I am having a good time already, and I'm looking forward to reading more.
I can't get enough. No, I can't get enough. I'm falling in love. You're all I'm thinking of. Taking my time, messing my life, swear I don't mind. Say that you'll stay holding me close, swear it's alright. Yeah. Baby, I feel the rush. Everything that you touch turns to gold. I know. Baby, I'm missing you. Everything that you do makes me love you. Oh. Tell me everything. You know I'm listening. Hours pass us by.
This book is interesting. Okay, so it sounds like one of these main characters. So she goes, I got dumped, right? And her friend's like, oh, what happened? She goes, I asked her to bite my tongue until it bled. She pulled back, shouted, no way, and dumped me. Her friend goes, oh, so she was vanilla then, right? And then they are talking. And then they start talking about, like, one of the girls had a dom, but it was like a male dom. And I don't know who's talking at this point, but there's no place to meet female sadists who are into girls. There just isn't. I want a beautiful woman to hurt me. What am I reading? Like, cool. Like, I know that's some people's lifestyle, and I'm not yucking anyone's yum. I just have no idea what this book is. Like I said, I'm gonna finish it because I'm curious to know what a BDSM graphic novel is. Actually, I haven't seen any nudity in this at this point. Like, everyone looks clothed, but there could be that one scene. Oh. That's so random. Should I show this? So no one's naked, but there is this going on. She's plucking hair from somewhere. I don't know. This is a weird book. Actually, maybe this is different stories because I have no idea who these characters are. It doesn't sound like they're I don't know if these are all the same character or not. I'm just very confused. Is this even the first one? Is this the only one in the series? I have no idea. I'm just lost, okay? I am just lost. Back to reading I go because I am somewhat still intrigued by this book.
Yeah, we could talk all night. Taking my time, messing my life.
I don't know what is going on. Okay, I mean, I know what's going on, but whatever this girl's name is, I have no idea who is who. She is just like, oh, I need a pretty girl to hurt me. She's very into BDSM. Okay, we've moved past that. This is a BDSM. So she finds out her boss goes to this switch club, I think, or switch night. I don't know. I don't know anything about BDSM terminology, but I believe switch is like a term used in that lifestyle. They went to this one, like, switch night or whatever, and that's where she sees her boss, and I guess she like gets down and dirty with her boss, and her boss bites her tongue. The next day she shows up at work and she's like, oh my gosh, like that was like the most amazing, like that was heaven. She literally says that was heaven. Okay, so she's like, good morning, I bit my tongue and it hurt so bad I can't talk. That's like how it's written in here. So it's like she bit her tongue. I think she's talking to her boss, and her boss is like, oh shoot, like how bad did I bite you? And she's like, oh, don't worry about it, like I went to my doctor and he gave me some medicine. I probably can't do the phones today. What am I reading? This is so weird. Like, again, I don't think that it's the BDSM lifestyle that's weird. I think the way that this manga is talking about it, or like just this manga, is weird. Again, this is my first, maybe my last Yuri manga. It's a time. I mean, I hope you're getting some entertainment out of this, but it is kind of weird. And I mean, I showed you that weird thing earlier with the tweezers, and I looked up the reviews and people were like, this was a weird short. It's weird, okay? So, I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm like halfway through. I'm on my friend's sprints right now, just like in the audience, and I'm just trying to get through it, because these hackers are trying me right now. They're like, oh, I read this many books, I read this many books, are you scared now? No, because I'm coming for you now. I'm gonna be reading heavily this week just for you, just for you guys. For those of you that said, I've read 30 and 44 books this week, okay, so I've read 21 so far, whatever. I'm just messing with you guys. Please just know that I appreciate the sassy banter, and I think everybody has fantastic and wonderful reading paces, whether you've read one book this month or 70. Like, I know like what I can handle, and I know that you can probably handle different things, so it is a-okay. We all have different reading speeds. I'm not mad, I promise you. It's sarcasm. I just feel like I have to point that out, because I feel like sometimes people don't get that I'm just a hugely sarcastic person. So back to reading so I can beat these hackers down. Okay, this is weird. So I think her boss has, I don't know, they look like they're walking outside, maybe on like a date, I don't know. But she's like, you said you like my looks, right? Well, I really like yours. And she goes, really? And her boss goes, yes, your skin is so translucent, I can see your veins. You're so pale, your blood and bruises stand out. Your head is so petite, I could kick it off. What? Your sensitive spots, your earnest eyes that can't hide the desire within. It makes me want to hurt every inch of you. Is this how people in the BDSM community talk? If it is, I'm sorry, but I just feel like this is so cringy reading it. Okay, like this makes sense. It's kind of cute, but like, okay, I know it's not for everybody. The truth is, I wanted to tear your heart to pieces and watch you cry and beg. I feel like those are, I mean, from what little I know about the BDSM community, I feel like those are common things. Like, you want to see the submissive cry and beg. But again, I don't practice that lifestyle, so I don't know. So if someone here is watching this and is part of the BDSM lifestyle, please correct me, teach me, because I don't know. I'm not engaging in that lifestyle. It's just not for me, but like, you do you, boo. Oh, okay. I think I just hit the weird tweezer story. It's called Silky. These are definitely different people because these are different names. Okay, so this back is misleading because it makes it sound like it's about like 2 or 3 different people. I think they just gave us 2 sentences from 2 different stories. For example, Rena and Sine are like a pair of naughty kitties who act far more innocent than they really are. That's one story. And then the next story, Tuka, while looking for a lover willing to indulge her more extreme BDSM fantasy, runs into her boss at a bondage club. I think that's all they advertised, because now this story has somebody named Sachan. So this book is a little confusing. I feel like this could have been maybe a little more explanatory or something. I have no idea. What do I know? This cover I thought was cute. I was like, okay, I'm down with reading a sapphic book, and you know, they have a cute little cat, the slice of life. Girl, you should read the back. You should look it up on Goodreads. You should read reviews before you just buy a book. Okay, that was like the shortest short story ever. Okay, I could probably show you like all 5 pages, but basically this girl is like, oh look, you have a gray hair. I want to pluck it, right? She's kind of talking about the hair like, oh, you know, your scalp is nice and clean, but you still have grays. And her friend's like, stop like plucking these out of my hair, like you're gonna leave me bald. And she goes, don't you have any hair I can pull? The other girl goes, well, and that's where you end up with this picture. where she's tweezing her kitty cat. And she goes, some people eat hair root sheaths. They pull out hair so often that it becomes an illness. It's called trichotillomania. I have it, but I don't pull my own hair. Trichotillomania is a real thing, yes. Okay, that is the hair pulling disorder. But it's when you pull your own hair, not somebody else's. She goes, the only hair I'm interested in is yours. Their friend goes, oh, is this turning you on? She goes, no, it hurts. Oh, you're bleeding. You got carried away. Sorry, want me to cool it? Want me to lick it? No, no ma'am. Can't you just shave it? The plucking hurts. Nah, it gets all scratchy. I like it to be silky. What is this? This is not cute. This is weird, okay? This is just weird. I mean, again, you can groom your partner, okay? Like, you know, you gotta shave the pubes and stuff. You can't see it. I'm sure there's lots of pregnant women out there who get their partners and they're like, please take care of me down there. Want me to lick it? Lick the hairs? Why you gotta be this weird? Oh my gosh, this is weird. Okay. My childhood friend. This is what we're going with next. All right, so I just finished my childhood best friend story, and it's weird. It's real weird. It's bordering on the lines of like child intimacy. I don't know. They're like the same age, so it's not like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Let's just say that. So this girl is like best friends or just friends with another girl, and they see their moms, who I guess were childhood best friends as well. Their moms are super close, so kind of like imagine maybe me and Bree together, and then if we had female children, they became best friends, and they were like ogling us like, oh, look at our moms, they're like hanging out and having fun, like doing all this stuff together. But they turned it weird, and they were like, I bet our moms are doing it. The one girl, so it's like a blonde and a brunette. So the blonde is like, stop fantasizing about our moms. But then she gets kind of weird, or curious is how she says. She gets curious. Oh no, I have it backwards. The blonde is like, stop fantasizing about our moms. And the brunette's like really curious about just sapphic stuff. I don't know, relationships. She kind of wants to know. And she ends up on an adult website. They don't show anything in this book. There's like no nudity. And if there is like naked people, they're pretty covered up actually. But she is like asking her friend, can we try anal? Like, what? Just came out of nowhere. And her friend just like is like, stop, like knock it off. Doesn't confront her about it. Her friend just gets weirder and weirder and starts going down very pornographic sites. And by the end, she's like trying to kiss her friend, and her friend's like, no, like I'm not interested, not here for that. I don't need those things. And she goes, I'm so jealous of our moms. Let's be like that forever too. And that's just how it ends. Like, it was just really weird. These stories are getting weird now. They're like still touching upon BDSM stuff, but in a weird way. Now I'm gonna be reading One Morning at the Laundromat. Why am I still reading this? All right. Guys, it's so weird. So she's at the laundromat. I don't know who this girl is. It's her first time at the laundromat. So she's kind of like, why can't my apartment have a laundry machine? Like, dang, I gotta lug my stuff out here at like 1 a.m. And she's reading her manga. Presumably a normal manga. I have no idea. It's just scribbles on the page. And she's like, oh shoot, like office ladies don't get paid much, but maybe I can buy the next one next month. And some very beautiful lady just shows up and says, hey, I have the next volume at my place. I want to come read it. They look like they're both adults, okay? It's not like she's inviting a kid over. She goes, for some reason she invited me to her house. Actually, I followed her home. Okay. And then she's like, make yourself at home. Like, here's the manga. Just go ahead and read it. And she leaves to go to work. So when she's at work, I don't know what time it is at this point. I don't think it even said. But she leaves to go to work. And the girl who was originally in the laundromat is sitting there now like, wow, something smells so good. oh, it's her laundry. Then she goes, whoa, those are some freaky panties out in the open. It's just like a thong sitting on the top of her laundry. They are crotchless, guys. They are crotchless, if you needed to know. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm so sorry. I'm like picking up a stranger's panties. I'll just go read that manga. First of all, again, why are you at some weird person's house just reading a manga and they are gone? This is so weird. Okay, so she explains she works at a morning club, so I guess that's why why was she at the laundromat? Because she wasn't doing laundry, she just showed up. Like, she just heard this girl go, oh, I have the next manga, you can come to my house, and then leaves to go to the club. That's just so weird. It ends like so cringy too, because they're talking about like a few days later going to do laundry again, and she's like, do you always do laundry this late? And she's like, yeah, I work at a nightclub. Or a morning club, I guess. It opens at 3 a.m. They're just sitting there like watching the laundry. Again, it's very confusing, the scenes that they go through. It's not like very well planned out or drawn out or whatever. But they're at the laundromat now instead of her house. And they're like, I really like watching the laundry go round. I just zone out and stare the whole time. And the other girl goes, did you know they say if you like doing laundry, it means you're washing away your guilt with it? And she's like, does that kind of ring any bells? Because like she was holding up her panties. And she goes, I think I might be getting some soon. Guilt, I mean. An innocent girl like this is worth seducing. That is so weird how it ends. So I just finished my training and I read the next little short story called Killing Time of the Butterfly. And it's literally this maid. She's a laundry maid and she is ripping wings off of a butterfly and she's trying to drop it onto an anthill to see if it survives. And not me over here thinking of the Paramore song where she's literally saying ripping wings off of a butterfly. If you know, you know. She ends up getting this promotion from being a laundry maid to being the princess's personal handmaid or whatever it's called. And then she's like, F this, because this lady is so demanding. Like, she has such particular requests. And she's like, I want to go back to being a laundry maid. The princess chick is like, I was just bored, so don't worry about it. Like, why don't we just kill time together and fool around for a bit? And that's how it ends. But it also ends with a full, like, color art page. And then, like, this is the only color page. So I'm like, why? Oh, well, this one looks like it pertains to this next story, The Ogre and the Mountain God, which this is some really pretty art. I think this looks like the girl in Demon Slayer. This looks like Nezuko in a way. Like, I guess just what she's wearing, not necessarily, well, kind of the horns, because when she is like running around in her demon mode, doesn't she like have a horn, or am I crazy? Yeah, she does have a demon horn. I like looked it up. Okay, but it's, I don't know. It's similar, but not exactly her. If you know, you know again. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one. See, is this the last one actually? It is the last one, but then there's like some stuff about how the author slash illustrator like came up with each of these stories. So I probably will read those too, cause why not? The last one's not too bad. It's about this girl that during a fight in the harem, she bit the emperor's favorite mistress and sprouted horns. So she's no longer human and she came to a mountain which is home to a god. So this is the picture. I'll go back a page. This is the girl and this is the god. And she's at this mountain. The god is kind of just like adoring her. She's kind of like, your hair is so lovely. You're beautiful. Then it changes to like this flashback of the girl being disgraced because she's growing horns. And the god does something, like kind of does magic or whatever. And just says, rest here with me until you become used to your new body. And then says, can't I stay here with you forever? And the god just says, of course. So it's like, how did we get there? Like, what is even going on? I don't even see, looking at the pictures, what happened. Like, what transformation happened. I'm gonna maybe read the little author's note. The theme was non-human and non-human Yuri. I like ogres and gods and other mysterious non-human beings, so I really want to draw them properly someday. This book includes a color illustration for this story, so please take a good look. I mean, I took a good look. What am I noticing? She's very pretty, but I don't get it. I don't get like what the point of that was. This book was weird. Let's just say that. This book was so weird. So this kind of seems like it was a book or a graphic novel. That was some practice. Like she just had these short little stories that she wanted to put together, and she did, but they didn't really have any meaning to them. They were just like practice, which maybe if you're someone who really enjoys this person's work, like this would be a collector's item, would be really cool. But I just didn't see the point of this book. So I feel like this book can just get unhauled. I think I said this at the beginning when I started reading this book, but I was like, I don't know, it's probably just gonna get unhauled. It's kind of weird, not my taste. Like I don't know. I probably would rate this like 1.5 stars. Not because the drawings are great. Like the drawings are very typical of what you would see in a graphic novel, like very, very well done. The story, however, like within each individual one, sometimes like didn't make sense. I was very confused what was going on. There was a little bit of humor involved. Well, I thought it was funny because I was just so, it was more like shock humor. It was like, what the F? Like the tweezer story. Very weird, not needed in my life. Yeah, so this is probably like a 1.5. I didn't DNF it. Is that the standard? I didn't DNF it. Yeah, this one, I'm glad I'm done with it. No thanks to Daisy. Or maybe thanks to Daisy because she got me to read a book and I will now be unhauling it. Like it's one book off of my shelves. I don't think I ever updated you guys on Mixing Up Mayhem. So I thought this was a really cute and fun book. It was a great sapphic book. Actually, you know what? Both of my books ended up being sapphic for this vlog, but this one was super cute. So we have Vex. She has a long name, Vexanthe something something, Hecate Morningstar. She is like the princess of hell. She's actually the 14th child to her parents, and I think like you're only supposed to have 13 or else something bad comes to you. So in this case, the mother ended up sacrificing herself in order for Vex to live. Something happens in between like the portal to hell and to earth, and Vex is just spit out into earth into Jackie's kitchen. Jackie is a chef or like a patisserie. It's like a pastry chef, and she is like trying to work on some new desserts for this restaurant that she just got a new gig at. It's like one of those high-end, very classy restaurants that probably has like some Michelin stars or whatever. So Vex's father, who is the king of hell, he's like, I am going to figure out how to get you back. Like I can't leave you there, but just know that me opening up this portal is going to like wipe out pretty much this entire city if I do it right now. But if you wait until the veil is thin around the full moon, I think it was, then it's easier to send you through the portal with minimal casualties. So Vex is like, no, don't do that. Like, I'll stay here. The next cycle was gonna be in about 21 days or something like that. And she decides to kind of utilize it as a learning opportunity because in hell, she's actually in school, like in university, and one of her courses is on human studies. So she's like, oh, this is kind of like real world experience for learning about humans. So Vex is on Earth, and she is fortunate that Jackie now has a vacant spot at her house because she literally just broke up with her girlfriend who cheated. So there is like off-page cheating. It's not like part of this story. It's just like that's how Jackie ends up becoming single. Obviously a romance ensues between these two as they find that they're like wildly attracted to each other. One of the things that I found super funny about this book, so if you guys remember earlier on, I showed you guys that Heather Nix actually signed the book F. Jeff Bezos, right? Well, in one of these chapters, you find out that Vex ends up getting a job at the equivalent of the big A name, and it's called Jungle in this book. One of Vex's job duties has to do with marketing or something. I'm not really sure exactly. I forget what her title was. but there was something really funny that came up. So it says that even she, Princess of Hell, had come to realize just how much of a scumbag Seth was. His warehouses operated under horrific conditions, and she'd heard stories of fully grown adults soiling themselves for fear of leaving the line. Many products were counterfeit items, and rather than crack down on it, Seth encouraged their sale. Their literary division had a total monopoly on audiobooks and paid authors poorly, which they had no choice but to accept. Vex wished there was something she could do to rectify Jungle.com's chokehold on the global economy. But Seth had bartered a portion of his soul fair and square, and her father was nothing if not true to his deals. So I just thought it was kind of a funny nod to that other company that will not be named in this video, but I thought that was just hilarious, the similarities between the two. So overall, after finishing this book, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I just kind of gave you the basic premise. Overall, I thought this was a really well done story. I really enjoyed it. I think I just really like Heather Nix's writing and the way that she creates chemistry between characters, and I love that she is writing about queer characters. I would definitely rate this one a lot higher than the other book, for sure. This one is probably more along the lines of a 4-star for me. Definitely worth picking up if you're someone who is into kind of like a baking romance. I would say baking is not a huge portion of the book, but it is Jackie's job. So it's going to obviously be an important part of the story, but it's not like they're baking together and creating chemistry that way. It's created in some other ways, and Jackie kind of gets to show off a little bit for Vex, but I would say the baking part isn't the main story. It's mostly Vex kind of understanding the Earth world and convincing her father that she wants to stay in the Earth world to basically learn a little bit about what it's like in the human world, trying to figure out how to pass as a human, because obviously, as you can see, she's got a tail and she's got horns. So if you probably saw that, you might think someone's cosplaying, but it could be kind of out of season if it's not spooky season or whatever, but they talk about all that in the book. So very well done book. I am happy that I picked it up. And I'm super happy that I met Heather Nix. And actually, I'm really excited to try out this recipe that's in the back of the book. So there's actually 3 pages of recipes. So the first page is all about the cake ingredients itself, how you make the cake. The second page is how you make the chocolate buttercream, and then how you, the method to do that. And the last one is the assembly of the pieces. So I was like, wait a minute, these are all the same. But I think it'd be kind of fun to actually make this cake. If I had known beforehand that there was a recipe, I totally would have done a books and baking episode. That's very similar to the one that I did during Christmas. But yeah, overall, if you're looking for a fun sapphic monster romance, this is definitely a great author to pick up and a great book, in my opinion, to pick up. Before I forget, I want to mention that this whole video was a collaboration that I organized. All the people who participated in this collab are linked down below, as well as are in a playlist. So make sure that after you watch my video, you go check out all of their videos, and definitely like and subscribe to all of those wonderful booktubers, and just dote on all of their pets. So I want to just thank everybody who participated in this collab for joining me, and I can't wait to watch your pets pick your books. So those are the 2 books that I planned on reading for this vlog. I appreciate Daisy for picking them, even though she had no idea what she was doing. She probably doesn't even know what a book is. It was an interesting experience, and I hope that it was entertaining. I hope that you love the Daisy B-roll, because she is just wackadoodle. But if you don't have anything to say at the end of this video, definitely leave me a pet emoji of some sort. So cat, dog, bird, whatever animals are available as emojis. And don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Make sure you subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!